So recently I got a few comments on my YouTube video where people mentioned they get inspired seeing my life and want to move to Canada. Or sometimes I get the other way around where people say I don't show the complete picture of life here in Canada, or my life does not look like a life of a new immigrant. Like I just show a rosy, incomplete picture. All this made me think, what am I doing wrong? Why am I even getting these comments in the first place? Because first, I'm not making these videos to inspire anyone to move to Canada, because at the first place, I myself didn't want to move to Canada. And second, I never say in any of my videos that this is how a new immigrant life is or should be, because I'm just showing my life here. Well, yes, I'm an immigrant to Canada, but why are we even put in a box or expected to live in a certain way? Doesn't everyone has their own experiences and struggles? Doesn't everyone have their own story to tell? Immigrant or no immigrant? Isn't everyone different? Okay, let's actually imagine it for a second. If we all had the same lives, same experiences, same struggles, same priorities, same lifestyle, we would all be robots, isn't it? And not humans. What I mean is, everyone has their own story to tell, a different journey, and this YouTube channel, the videos that you see, is my story. Life of Pooja Gulati only. And I know YouTube is a public platform. Few people might agree or disagree with what I do or say, and that's totally cool. But what I'm saying is, it's these unique things that make you you, and that makes me me. Also, if I live like you or make the same decisions as you do, or even spend like the way you do, why would you even watch this channel? Because you'll just be seeing yourself here. I think now I made a point. And also in one of my recent videos where I actually shared what I spend, like we spend as a couple living here in Canada, there were so many comments that were like, this is a complete wrong portrayal of an immigrant life. Nobody spends like this. And also this might demoralize all the new immigrants coming to Canada. When did I say? Where did I say in that video that this is how much an immigrant spends? Wasn't the title how much we spend as a couple here in Canada? Not every immigrant is same. Anyways, this video is about me touching on a few things. Again, a big disclaimer, these are just my thoughts. I just wanted to share a quick recap of my life here in Canada in the last 2.5 years. Because last weekend I was just sitting by myself going through all the old clips, just remembering all the good and the bad times, and that made me realize how far I've come. And I think it's very important to reflect back in life to really be proud of yourselves, right? So if this video inspires you in any way to do the same, then my mission is accomplished. I think you should really do that. I'm sure you'll be really proud of yourself. And oh, I forgot. Don't forget to watch the video till the end, because I'll be sharing all the good and bad things I feel about living here in Canada. I'll really be speaking my heart out. So keep watching till the end. October 2019, when I was in India packing to move to Canada. I still don't believe that I'm actually leaving India in like a couple of days. Oh my god, I don't want to get emotional right now. No, we are not doing this. And today's the day I leave from India. I really don't know how I feel right now. So bye bye from my room. And then taking that first flight that changed everything. We finally landed in Canada, in a first Airbnb in downtown Toronto. Good morning, guys. We are finally in Canada. So this was our first breakfast here. It was cute and special, but the first few days were actually crazy and scary. We spent 1 week finding our place, getting stressed about it, at the same time explored downtown a little bit. I had my first Tim Hortons, which honestly I did not like at all, and was wondering what the hype was all about. I honestly don't like Timmy's. Oh, and this was the first meal that I cooked here. I made pasta, and in the initial days we really made sure to eat healthy, as you can already see here, because I was really sick before moving to Canada. Anyways, it was an experience figuring out the public transit here. Taking this subway for the first time. The weather actually shows snow for the weekend. We still haven't got our winter jackets and snow boots. I'm actually a little scared now. We have finally got at least 2 houses to inspect. We went on a few showings but had no luck. We don't have any credit history, no guarantor, no proof of income, so it's very difficult to rent or lease anything. It feels like we're sitting in a freezer. Now our clothes are not working at all. But after checking 2 places, we finally secured a place to live for the next few months. We then bought our winter jackets and boots. So it's -6 degrees outside, but I'm not at all scared because finally we have our winter jackets with us. And also a mattress, as we were supposed to move out from the Airbnb soon. Also, we bought some essentials at IKEA. It was actually my first time there and I loved it. During all this time, I tried Tim Hortons again and again, trying to understand what the fuss is all about, till I actually started liking it. And after that, there was no looking back. It actually became a savior to avoid the winter cold. And this is also when we did our first groceries. We saw our first fireworks in Canada. We saw our first snow. It was really special. That also on a moving day. Can you imagine? A very bad day to move. Look at the weather outside. How are we gonna do it? Then finally we moved into a 2-bedroom shed condo where it was just us for a few months. I'm so relieved. We learned how to make the IKEA furniture, which took hours. Finally it's ready. Then celebrated our first Christmas here, where I was actually close to getting a frostbite. Felt -18 degrees for the first time. I got rash all over that day and it wasn't really a good feeling. That day I learned I need to forget all the fashion living here in this cold country. And also that day I tried poutine for the first time and I loved it. And after moving, it was all about finding the job. And just in a rush to secure anything, I joined as a fashion stylist in a retail store. Did that for like 10 days maybe. But then found another one in corporate sales just after a few days. And then the routine started. Waking up early, making breakfast, packing lunch, going to work, coming back tired, making dinner, editing my videos, sleeping. That's where I take the bus from and I missed it. How do people even walk on this? My God. This was actually on repeat Monday to Friday. So this is where my office building is. All this while waiting for the weekends where I actually got some time to work on my YouTube channel. Also, we started exploring downtown slowly and slowly, getting comfortable in this new life here while learning how to manage all the household chores. It was just a matter of 2 months. Just when we were settling in, COVID happened. Everything came to a pause.
No toilet paper,
2 toilet
napkins, no paper towels.
So this is how my workplace looks like pretty much. I started working from home and got into some fancy cooking mode too. I think we all did that during COVID, right? So I've been trying new dishes in this quarantine because there's nothing else to do actually right now. And I make sure that I cook something new every day. Later we got a housemate who then became a good friend. And after we passed the dreaded Canadian winter, we finally saw some sunshine and what a feeling it was. It feels so nice. The weather is amazing today. 18 degrees. My first time in Canada wearing shorts. Our first summer, but we really couldn't do much then, just being outdoors in the park or by the lake as it was still pandemic. But after a couple of months, we decided to get our own place. So we rented out 1-bedroom condo here in downtown. 2 days left literally. So it's going to be a lot of work, guys. I don't know how I'm going to do all of this. We packed everything again, disassembled furniture, assembled, which wasn't a lot that time, just a bed, table, few chairs. We are not able to really understand how should we go about it. So today we are officially moving out. Did U-Haul for the first time, which is fun. 1803.
1803, you have been amazing. You have given us shelter. It was our first
shelter.
It was our first rented place when we moved
in Canada.
So
it'll always be special. Yes. Now we're excited to move to the next unit. And then started settling in a new condo, got some new furniture, started loving the downtown life. Things also started opening up again. Finally got some more time to enjoy the summer. There were actually a lot of firsts that year. My first birthday, Saran's first birthday, first festivals, Diwali, first Holi, our first vacation. We also crossed 50,000 on YouTube, which really meant a lot to me. And I started getting a little more comfortable managing work, condo, new responsibilities. But I miss my family so much. You know that feeling of having a family that you just feel it's slowly going away. That's the worst feeling ever. It is tough to stay away from family for sure. Yes, when all the new excitement faded, it did hit me hard after a year that we're really far from our family, but in spite of going through these crazy mixed emotions, we had to move on with our lives. It wasn't easy and it still isn't, but what can we do about it, right? Well, this was all very new to me, so I was just doing my best to manage everything. So I only get weekends to work full-time for my channel. I really wish I can do this full-time. It's been an hour that I've been editing. Get up early at 7 o'clock in the morning to finish this vlog. But then I decided to quit my job. I resigned from my job without having any other job in hand. Not doing YouTube full-time as yet. Still, I think there's a long way to go. I was not really motivated to work there anymore. But in just 1 week, I got a new job, got into a really good company in tech sales, but slowly I realized that wasn't for me too. I always waited for weekends to really live my life where I worked on my videos. I was burnt out managing my full-time job and this YouTube channel. I did not enjoy that life where I was living for weekends. I just wanted to quit. I had never felt so miserable in my life before this. Being in this new country, leaving a very good stable job wasn't an easy decision. So I forced myself to keep doing what I was doing then, but it really took a toll on me. Have been thinking about quitting my job. Is the fear to leave that stable 9 to 5. I'm not happy. So yeah, I have two directions, either job or maybe just follow my passion. But I don't want to regret that I didn't take this decision in my life. Taking the step when you especially move to a new country with all the pressures, it's hard. I have made my decision. I'm scared. I've finally decided that I want to.
Coach, I think it's great that you're pursuing what you want to pursue. I'm happy for you, Coach.
Oh, I'm shivering, guys.
No worries.
This is my resignation letter that I'm sending now. I really had to make a decision and listen to my heart, which was very clear. I wanted to quit my job, and that's what I did. No one was really happy with my decision, and to be honest, I was scared too, but I had to do it for myself. I got huge support from Saransh, and finally I was able to do what I love doing. Nervous, scared, excited, but I'm definitely happy. Although it was a big financial sacrifice that I had to make, but I was mentally at peace. After that, I really worked hard, just focused on upskilling myself, trying to make a living out of something that I was passionate about, and I'm still doing that. It's all in the process, and with your support and love, I was able to really do this full time, and I'm still able to do it, which I'm super grateful for. After that pandemic got kind of over, we visited some more places, enjoyed the downtown life, visited Ottawa and to some cool cottages, and then to India, which was super special. Finally, we are in India. I met my family after 2 freaking years, and I cannot explain that feeling, and I really can't wait to do that again. I think this is the most difficult time, right? We are really far. I don't even know when will I come back to India.
But sadly, we have to leave.
And with a heavy heart, we came back. But via Maldives, which was more work than fun, to be honest, but totally enjoyed it. And then we came back to the routine, made some new memories, and then finally I got my driving license here in Canada. I failed the written test once, but passed in the second go. And just after a couple of months, COVID happened. We celebrated our Christmas in quarantine, but thankfully got over with it just before the New Year's. And then we finally decided to make a big decision in our life. Am I going to buy a house? Guys, we finally bought our house. We bought our house in Canada. This is where we'll be sleeping, Saransh.
Thank you so much. Now we have to make this our home.
Yeah.
Make it cozy, happy.
Are you getting teary-eyed?
No.
Yeah, you are.
No.
And then the real packing started to finally move into our own place. And this time we definitely had quite a lot of stuff.
Goodbye 3507
Yes.
115 Blue Jays Way.
We had great memories with this place.
Yeah.
I will miss it for sure. But now it's time to create new memories.
New memories.
That's it.
Let's go.
Living in downtown was, I think, the best thing that we did for the last 2 years. I'm definitely going to miss it a lot. It was definitely a surreal feeling to finally have our own place in Canada and spend days and months making it our home. We are still settling into this new house and this new life in the suburbs, which was a huge transition in itself, coming from a 500 square feet condo from downtown living. And we're still doing a lot of first living here in Canada. We recently bought a new car. I traveled solo for the first time. We're still figuring out how to manage this house in the most efficient way. And I'm sure there's still a lot of new things to come. Gosh, to think of it, it was quite a journey. These last 2 years have been super eventful, full of highs and lows, full of first times, full of mixed emotions, trying to figure myself and at the same time this new country and this new life living abroad. But yes, during all this, I learned that sometimes one should really go with the flow and be present in the moment and enjoy simple things in life. Because, at times we're too busy planning out a future that we miss being in the present and also forget our past, forgetting how far we have come. But looking back will really remind you of why you're here in the first place and where exactly you're going. It really gives you a sense of direction. And I know we all, including us, sometimes we keep complaining about what we don't have or what we want in life, but forget how much we have already. So it's always good to sit and look back in life because it really keeps you grounded. And I want to say one last thing. Every moment of our past has served as a single brick to building the lives we all have today. And in life, nothing is permanent. So we should really enjoy every moment of life because after all, life is all about embracing the change and growing. So just live life to the fullest and be present now because no worries of the future or regrets of the past will matter in the long run. So be grateful for what is and stay hopeful for what will be. And this is what I learned doing this quick recap of my life, and I'm sure this inspires you to do the same too. So before I tell you the good and bad about living here in Canada, let's talk about today's sponsor of the video, BMO. So BMO is one of the oldest and largest banks here in Canada, and the best part about them is they're always coming up with exclusive offers for new immigrants like the New Start program. So if you're not familiar with the BMO New Start program, it's for anyone who's moved to Canada in the last 5 years, including us, or if you're planning to move to Canada, they've got you. All you have to do is open a checkings account with them, and with that, you can earn more than $600 worth in value. And if you don't believe me, let me break it down for you. So the first benefit is when you meet the qualifying criteria, you earn $350. And also there's no monthly plan fee for an entire year, which means $200 worth of savings. And not just that, there's no annual fees for a safety deposit box for the first year, which means $60 worth of savings. So you can keep all your valuables, jewelry and everything in here. And if you're still not convinced with all these benefits, you can send unlimited BMO global money transfers with no fees for your first year, which means endless amount of savings. So obviously, who's going to leave all these benefits? Just open a checkings account with them because they're here to make your life easier here in Canada, and you can thank me later for this. So thank you BMO for sponsoring today's video, and now back to the video. Okay, while I enjoy my coffee, let's talk about the struggles and the challenges that I've faced living in Canada in the last 2.5 years. So guys, don't think I'm like complaining or anything, or if this sounds negative to you, sorry about that, but I'm genuinely sharing what I feel, literally heart to heart here. We're chatting over a coffee. First, I think, which is pretty obvious, is staying away from family. Yes, it is very difficult. I miss them every single day. But yeah, if you move to a new country like I did, this is a part which is the most difficult one, unless your parents are coming here to stay with you. But still, it's your siblings, it's, the whole family is not together, which is not fun. There's the sacrifice that you make. But okay, forget about the obvious thing. There's another thing which has been a struggle, is to build everything from scratch. Yes, when you move to a country, you leave everything behind. We literally came with 2 bags each and nothing else. We literally had to take everything from here. And guys, it's been 2.5 years. It still doesn't end. Till now, there's something or the other that we have to buy every month. And sometimes, to be very honest, I get irritated and I tell Saransh, can our list get over? Like, not random things, but important things. Like microwave. We bought microwave like last week, and then we wanted a broom to clean our garage area and all of that. So yeah, things just doesn't end. And that is because we're literally building our life from scratch here. At home, back in India, obviously, everything was in place, right? Here, you're literally doing every single thing. that makes you feel so overwhelmed at times. And so many times I feel like the money is just going and going and going no matter how much money you make. Yeah, obviously you build that slowly and slowly, and all of this with no help, with no knowledge about things. You have to literally research everything, and there's so much time that goes into it, which I think is super difficult to explain. But yeah guys, like when you're buying that, even that broom that we recently bought for our garage, we did not just go to one store, we went to 3 stores, because yes, there are all sorts of things here, endless stores. So you're always like, where do I get the maximum value from? Okay, I need to stop blabbering. I need to get to the good stuff too. And also one thing that I want to say, it's not really a struggle, but something that I felt is that everyone is just way too busy here. And I feel that because yes, that's what we tell our friends. Sometimes we get invitations and we're like, sorry guys, we're just too busy this weekend. Every other weekend, it's like there's something or the other happening. And that's something that I miss about India, because if you had to make plans back in India, if on a weekend, you wouldn't really plan way too much. You would just call your friends like a day or two in advance and just plan something out. But here, since everyone is so packed with their schedules, everyone's life is so busy. Yeah, busy is that one word that I constantly keep on saying and hearing, but that's actually true. If you want to chill on a weekend, you have to let them know on a Monday. Yeah, actually not even that. A weekend before. Yeah, that's how crazy it is. And let me know in the comment section if you agree to that. Okay, so these were all very generic points, but something that's too personal for me is, I know some people would be like, Pooja, come on, it's so easy, you can manage and whatever. But genuinely guys, cooking has been a struggle. And especially I think since I've quit my job, because this work never ends. There's no time frame with this. Editing takes way too much. And I'm not complaining. I love my work. I love doing this. Getting the house, then following what I'm doing right now, which is so time consuming. I know a lot of people don't realize that, but yes, it's like working 2 or 3 jobs at the same time. And then third, doing this for the first time ever in my life. Managing everything. Sometimes it feels way too much. And sometimes when I talk to people who are like born and brought up here, it's like so easy for them, because I understand this is what they have seen from start, right? But okay, I'm just going to talk about me here. So I have not done anything back home. Like literally, I never used to cook there. Occasionally, yeah, sometimes when I wanted to make something special, then yeah, just when I really wanted to, and not like when I had to every single day. I did not really clean my house. I did not clean my clothes. I did not clean my car. I did not clean my garage. I did not even get my groceries. The only thing I did was just focus on my work. That's it. And honestly, super grateful for that life, super grateful for all this. In first few months, I was able to do that easily because of all that excitement. But gradually when it started to become like a lifestyle, it started to feel like a chore, and I did not really enjoy it. I still don't mind like cleaning the house and everything, but there are a few things that I don't enjoy. Like I can cook. I can literally cook anything. Any dish you tell me I can cook really well. Yeah, I know these are very small things, but guys, again, this is really personal to me. And I obviously want to make it better, because this is my life now. This is how it's going to be forever. So it's better to just start loving all of these things rather than making it a big deal. So yeah, working on that. Not just cooking, but like managing every little thing. And that is because I've not done that before. And I started to do that when I turned 28, when I moved in this country. Yeah, I don't know what to say. You understand my point, right? Oh, and also it's super hard to make like real friends. Yeah, you meet people. I know so many people here, but to make real friends who you can actually depend on and who you can just call any time of the day or night. Maybe, you know, with time, this will get better, but yeah. I keep hearing that from a lot of people too. Because again, everyone is so busy in their lives, including us. And okay, there's one bad thing about living here in Canada. Like really bad, okay? But okay, let's talk about the good stuff first. Enough of struggles and challenges. The good stuff about living here in Canada is The exposure to things. Yes, the things that I've done here like since the last 2.5 years. I'm super grateful to all the new opportunities that I came across here, to all the new things I was able to do here, which probably might have taken a lot of time back in India. And also by doing all these things, the challenges and struggles that I'm talking about, it's really helping me grow as a person too. So that is in a way a very good thing too, because in India I had a very limited exposure to things. Not just by exposure with things, I mean like just the outside things that you do, but even as a person, when you do things by yourself, you really grow, you really understand about yourself, and I think this is also important, you know. Another good thing is that you can actually live your life on your own terms here. For example, as a couple, me and Saransh, we don't really have to ask anyone before we do anything because it's just us. So there's a lot of freedom in that way. And if I make any mistakes or do anything good or bad, I'm just accountable to myself or Saransh, you know. We're just accountable to each other. Since we're just on our own in this country, and since you make every decision all just by yourself, you really feel like an adult. You're not protected by your family or your parents, which is actually a good thing that I miss. But another, if you look at the positive side, you're really growing as a person. You can really have that freedom and really do what you want to do. Also, another good thing is equality. In general, people don't really look down on someone even if they're doing any sort of work. So that's actually an amazing thing, and that gives you endless opportunity to do anything in this freaking world here. Like, you want to get into any kind of work, just go ahead. Nobody's going to question you, judge you, or like look down on you, you know. And the best thing is, like, even normal people who are just doing an entry-level job, or someone who's a CEO, they would go to the same grocery store and shop together, or go to the same restaurants, because the standard of living is, you know, the basic standard of living is very equal, no matter what kind of job you're doing or what kind of status you have. It's the same for everyone, which is amazing. These are all the good things that I really like about this country. Okay, and one last thing which is not good, it's actually bad, is that you actually don't know what to call home, because half of your life is here. Like, actually the entire life is here, but still my family is there. I'm always thinking about India. I'm always thinking about when I'm visiting them next, or if I hear any news, good or bad, then obviously my mind is just there back in India, and I'm just physically present here but mentally there. So that's a very weird feeling, but ultimately I have to feel Canada as my home too, because this is where I'll be living. It kind of still feels foreign because I've not born and brought up here, right? And when I go back to India, that actually feels like my place. So the people who actually live here will actually understand what I mean to say. And also, the worst part is knowing that you will always be away from your family. It's not like a temporary thing, you know, that you're just here for like few months or years and then you're going to go back. I know that I will not be going back. I will be here forever, and I will never be able to live with my family, which is not a great feeling at all. And I don't think I'll ever be comfortable with this thing. Maybe or maybe not, I don't know. If you've been living in this country for very long, please let me know in the comment section below. Does it get better with time? Because right now, like, even after spending like 2.5 years, I actually feel more worse than I was feeling like few months before or a year before. Oops, that was a bug. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's not related to country. Even if I would have been in any other country, just about living abroad, leaving your family. That's it. Although I did not cover all the points because this video is going to be way too long. So yeah, if you keep following my vlogs, I'm sure I'll mention things here and there. So do subscribe to this channel, because yeah, this channel is real. This channel is just going to be about how I feel. There's no filter here. I'm not going to pretend or show that perfect world or just talk about happy things, because if I just do that, this channel won't be real. And also let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? Like, if you are living abroad, not just here in Canada, but anywhere else, US, Germany, I don't know, wherever in the world, was this a bit relatable? Was there any point that you felt where I made sense, or is it just me? But yeah, today it was just me talking heart to heart with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.